let's talk about automation of API test cases now. What should the roadmap? First thing, first thing, we should be very clear about what is API. Question is, what is API? I'm not going to explain in this particular session. It will take time, right? It will take time. But basic thing is it's a middle layer, right? You want to test your application without opening the user interface. In simple word, I'm saying test the application without opening the UI, right? That is related to APIs. Okay. So to understand this thing, somewhere I have explained this thing. I'm checking. I've explained this thing, like what is the middle layer, why we should learn it, everything here, right? If you want to go through this, you can go here. I'm putting the um, playlist in the chat window. So going back, application programming interface, right? You're testing the application without opening the user interface. That means you're directly hitting the business layer, right? Hit the business layer. Hit in the positive way. Hit the business layer means uh, you are trying to hit the exact function without opening the website. So, for example, let's take one example. Um, let's say there is a website, erail.in. Okay, this website basically have you have to provide the source, you have to provide the destination, and you have to hit on get trains, and that will show you how many trains are available between let's say source to destination on a particular date. So if I hit on click trains, get trains, it is showing. So this is user interface. But what has happened in the background? You can right click here and say inspect again. Um, and let's hit this. Let's go to network and let's hit on get trains again. So when you hit get trains, there are a lot of calls are made. See here, all these things are some kind of call. And there you will get a particular call which is related to um, getting the response related to all the trains and all. Okay. So if you see here, there is a API call get trains station from NDLS, which is New Delhi. Station 2 is BCT, which is the shortcut for this Mumbai Central. And then there is data source 0 language. So there are some other details. But if you see in the response, the whole train detail has come. Okay, let me show you. Let me copy this. I'll put in back. Hold on. But you may be thinking that what it is coming, I'm not able to see. So generally, this detail will come in text format or JSON format. And also here, Hazrat Nizamuddin 22656. If I'll show you in the UI also, let's see in the UI. See here, where is Hazrat Nizamuddin? Probably 22656. Where is that thing? Let me search. Hold on. So the very first string it's saying 22656. Control F, control V. Somewhere it will be 22656. Control F. Hold on. Let me close this network first. 22656. See here. Nizamuddin Express, 5 o'clock, and all these things. The same detail we got it. We got it in the response of that API. So how these things work? The thing is, when you hit something on the user interface, or when you fill any form, it goes as like HTTP request, some kind of request in the background. And when the response comes, it will be beautified and it will be displayed here, right, in a tabular format or something. But let's say I don't want to open the this because the real business case is the API requires the source, the destination, the date, and the response should come in a particular format, right? So that is my check. So that happens through API testing, and it's important to learn because mm, when API will work, UI will work automatically for the accuracy point of view. Okay, if your API is having the correct kind of response, your UI will automatically show the accurate thing. So understand about what is API, how it works, how it works, not just theoretically. Talk with your architects, your manager, your leaders, how my API works, what kind of structure we have, what kind of technology we are using. Learn it. I'm, so there is no time bound way that you will research about it. It's a day in, day out. Whenever you see something, you should question about it. Okay. Then what you should learn? You should learn about type of APIs. So there are REST APIs, there are SOAP APIs. Okay. Learn about it. What is it called REST API? Not just theoretically, understand it, what it is. What is SOAP API? How to test it? What is the basic minimum required thing? Right? Understand it. Then you should learn about methods, request, response, everything about how you get the response, what kind of response comes. These are the basic thing, very basic thing when you learn APIs. Methods, which is get, post, put, delete, all those things. Request header, parameters, response, response code, response body, all those things. Then learn about Postman. Generally, what happens is people directly jump to a tool Postman and they are concentrating more on the tool rather than understanding how API works. Right? I'm repeating it. People generally jumps directly to the tool and they concentrate more on just putting somehow the request, getting the response somehow. But understand the backstory of it. What is this APIs, where it is hitting, what kind of database we have in our system, because everything is coming from the database. Why it is taking 1 minute, sometimes, sorry, 1 second, sometimes why it takes just 500 milliseconds. Talk these things with your developers. So learn Postman or SOAP UI. There is another tool, SOAP UI also. Learn this thing or any other tool if you know. So this is like learning tool. Learning tool. How much time it will take? 30 days around. If you will do it every day, 1 hour, I think it is sufficient. Then comes programming language. Programming language. Again, same thing. Programming language, this part. Any of these. Then the automation library will come. Same thing. Now you should learn about REST assured. There are a lot of tools available. Karate, Playwright for the API automation, or Cypress, uh, all these things. So this is for the automation side. This is for automation. How much time it will take? 2 to 6 months. 2 to 6 months. It will take, honestly, to learn different things, whatever you have done on the Postman, let's say. The same thing you want to automate it, understanding of the authentication, understanding about how to work with response, object, response validation, request body, lot of things are there. It will take 2 to 6 months. That's it about API testing thing for the roadmap part. What we are coming up with is we are going to start this playwright session where we want to add API also. Here, I have not added the API part, but I'm going to cover it. So I'll add the more syllabus part here related to APIs. Let me add it. API testing basic. 2 hours it will take. Then Postman, 2 hours. Then Playwright. Playwright for API. That will take around 10 hours. So this is a bonus thing. We wanted to do just UI automation, but I want to include this thing because these are important. So this will be our overall syllabus where we will talk things about how to work with the playwright. There are advanced topics. There are interview preparation, mock interviews. There will be API automation using the playwright. So playwright is a tool which has great capability to do UI automation, browser automation, as well as the API automation. Okay.